the calcifying reason your blood carries the same mineral that turns breathing animals to statues. And in 2013, photographer Nick Brandt walked the shoreline of Lake Natron and retrieved what was left of them. Birds, bats, a fish eagle standing upright, frozen mid-motion. Skin gone, stone. Nobody touched the water touched them. Lake Natron sits in northern Tanzania in the shadow of an active volcano at 140 degrees Fahrenheit on a calm day. The water registers pH 10.5, nearly identical to bleach. And here's what nobody tells you: your kidneys right now are filtering the same sodium compounds this lake is made of. Natron, the mineral. Ancient Egyptians used it for one thing: to preserve the dead, to stop decay, to lock organic tissue permanently in place. Your body manages the balance by the milliliter. This lake has no drain, no outlet. The sodium accumulates, concentrates, waits. Brandt's photographs went viral because they looked fake. A flamingo, wings half spread, calcified mid-takeoff. A bat clinging to a branch turned to mineral, not skeletons, not fossils, intact, coated, preserved in sodium carbonate so thick you could chip it like plaster. The animals didn't die slowly. The process was fast enough that their posture held the exact shape of the moment they made contact with the water. Scientists confirmed what caused the coating. The high pH strips skin oils and replaces them with mineral bonds within hours. Sodium carbonate is highly reactive with organic tissue. Fat, protein, feathers, it encases them. But here's what nobody could explain: the lake's chemistry should kill every cell on contact. The calcification shouldn't work without a living host beneath it, which means the animal has to be alive when the process starts, for it to hold. Now stop, because here's where the science breaks. Lake Natron is also the primary breeding ground for 75% of the world's lesser flamingo population. More than 2 million birds. They nest directly in the alkaline flats, in the shallow, toxic brine, where the heat reaches 140 degrees. Their chicks hatch there, they feed there, and the same sodium carbonate that calcifies everything else doesn't petrify them. It forms rings around their legs, heavy mineral anklets that accumulate over months, eventually grounding them. Brandt's team found dozens like this and cut the rings off, saved them. But the question nobody asked: why does the same water kill a bat in hours and let a flamingo raise a family? This is where it gets quiet. Flamingos produce a specific glycoprotein coating across their scales and beak that chemically buffers pH extremes. They didn't survive the lake. They co-evolved with it. Millions of years ago, when this part of East Africa was a vast inland sea, the chemistry was already building. The Rift Valley tore open, the water concentrated, and a species evolved to live inside what was becoming poison. The lake shaped them. But here's what science still cannot answer: the calcification rate. On living animals, it accelerates. On dead tissue, a piece of skin, a feather, a bone dropped into the brine, it slows to almost nothing. The mineral coating requires something only living biological processes produce: a specific enzyme interaction, a heat signature. Researchers flagged this in a 2019 paper. The calcification is biologically catalyzed. The lake isn't just chemistry. It is using something alive to preserve something dying. The volcano directly upwind Ol Doinyo Lengai is the only carbonatite volcano on Earth. It erupts carbonatite lava, black, cold. It flows into the lake basin continuously, silently. It never makes the news. And every year the sodium concentration climbs. The pH rises. Documented calcification rates have accelerated 14% since 2009. The same mineral your blood relies on to function. The same compound the pharaohs packed into their dead. Getting stronger, getting faster, and nobody knows why. The Rift Valley is still pulling apart 2 centimeters per year, which means nothing until you realize that in 10,000 years, East Africa splits into a new continent and Lake Natron sits on the seam. Volcanic inputs will increase, the lake will expand, and the calcification zone expands with it. In 2021, researchers documented calcified organic material 12 kilometers from the lake's edge. 12 kilometers. The sodium carbonate is migrating. Something carried it there. And the survey found no living biological catalyst at the collection point. Either something transported the compound that far, or the lake has begun extending its reach by a mechanism no one has classified. The mineral that built the pyramids. The compound your kidneys filter right now to keep you functioning. The substance that encases living animals mid-breath and cannot do it without them. It's moving. It's concentrating. And the only species that thrives inside it evolved to carry it in their blood, their bones, the eggs they lay in the shallows of a lake that should be a dead zone. The real question isn't why Lake Natron petrifies things. It's what Lake Natron is practicing for.